Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How is everyone this Saturday morning? Here in southern Nevada, specifically Las Vegas, it's been a very wet one and a very cold one. Yesterday, I was driving on my way back from work at it was about 4:30 p.m. and I was looking up toward the mountains, and there's already snow-capped mountains. Yeah, who would have thought in the middle of the desert and with all the heat that happens during the summer, there's actually the potential for snow here in Las Vegas. So, who would have thunk that? Yeah, not me. But it's nice to see. Oh my gosh. I had to stop literally on the road and just take in that view because it was beautiful. Even though it was raining, it was flooding all over the place. It was beautiful. And because of the weather, there's been some very, very bad traffic accidents. Couple of, a couple of people died. Yeah, sad to say. But we're here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages today. And there's 4 more that is coming on later on this afternoon that I do have to go and pick up. So yeah, let's get this started. So let's do our quick usual shout outs. Hello, Miss in Forest. Hey, that's gotta be Donna Hoskins. Hi, Misty. We got Marilyn here as well. Maria Nunez. Hi, Maria. And let's see, Kat from South Carolina. Hello, Kat. I hope you caught the end of the video of the last one. Yeah. Well, let me kind of get through these shout outs first and then I'll get back to that. Let's see. We got... Hello, Miss Kim. Glad you made it here. And yes, I did get your package. It is here. And it'll be one of the featured ones today. So, Regina, good morning. Glad you're here. Hi, Sue. Hey, Miss Mona. How's everyone doing? It's cold here. It's 59 degrees here in Oceanside. Wow. Okay, it was 40 here yesterday. I don't know what it is right now, but I have the heater on, so I'm kind of boiling in here. So I had to turn it off right before right before I started live. So let's see. Good morning, Miss Tiffany. Oh, that was her. Wait, was that her? Yep. Hello. And Deanna. Hi, Deanna. Deanna Jules here. Good morning. Bonjour, Miss Nadine. And good morning, Barb. That's right. I forgot. It's a Saturday, so there's some faces that I normally see that are watching the replay that are here. So good morning to all of you. Tiffany says it's raining here too all day yesterday and sometime this morning. Okay, so we got packages. Let me start with this one because there's kind of a story behind it. So this person actually had my personal address, in which there's been some porch pirates not some porch pirate, a porch pirate who has been stealing not just mine, but I found out a lot of other people's boxes that are usually left at the front of the door. And now that we discovered who it is, the grandmother of this teenager who was our porch pirate is now she's taking action against this person or this teenager. So this box was mailed to me directly at my personal address, and because it doesn't fit in our little small mailbox, it was left at the door. And the person who sent this alerted me to the fact that it had arrived because she got the notification that it was delivered. But when I got here, the box was not here, so I knew the porch pirate got it. Now, I've had packages stolen from me before. Some of it was just minor stuff that I just found cheaper on Amazon, so I ordered it. And some of it was, let's just say, very valuable things. The grandmother, she started noticing that her grandson had a new iPhone, had a new tablet, had all this expensive computer equipment, and he was just telling the grandmother, oh, his friend's been giving it to him as birthday gifts. And I'm like, well, how many birthdays does this kid have? And she was wondering the same thing. Long story short, she found out that he was the porch pirate that everybody in this complex was complaining about. And then she kind of pieced two and two together. So she basically approached him and said, boy, you better tell me the truth. Are you the one stealing all these people's packages? Sure enough, yeah, he was. So what does she do? She basically goes to everyone's door, makes him apologize. Now, I was the last one that she came to because he got the most valuable thing from me, which was actually a camera that I had purchased. And that camera was over $800. Now, I had insurance, luckily, that could cover that. So it wasn't too big of a big loss for me, but yeah, it was a little bit upsetting to find out that he was the one that stole it. And she made him apologize. She made him admit to me that he was the one that stole the camera. When she found out that he stole the camera and the price of that camera, oh boy. If you got kids around, cover their ears because I'm about to say a really bad word. She found out the camera was worth $800. Oh, she served up a can of whoop ass right in front of me, beat him down, and yeah, let's just say he got a good spanking for that. So then she kind of profusely apologized, and even last night, she came over late and just again wanted to apologize, and then gave me the update that she kicked him out of his apartment. So now he's living with his father, which he didn't want to do in the first place. And the mother, well, she's not even anywhere to be found. So that's all I could say. But I told her, you know what, it's okay. They're teenagers. But she said, no. That's not okay. We got to teach these teenagers a good lesson because obviously the parents are not doing a good job. So that was the story. So, yeah. Yes, Kim, it was definitely needed. So the package is here. And unfortunately, the camera that he stole is gone, but I was able to get a replacement. Amazon was kind enough to send me another one, or the vendor was kind enough to send me another one. Unfortunately, and I don't think it was a loss to the vendor because they also had the package was insured, and it was actually supposed to be signed for, which I did not know, and I definitely did not sign for it. So when I think the delivery person who left the package actually may be in trouble because, again, he was the one that signed for it, and he's not supposed to be doing that. So Mona says, make him work it off. Well, she was trying to come up with a punishment for him aside from just the beating that she gave him, but I told him, you know what, he's a teenager, but then kind of made me thought that, a lot of teenagers these days and a lot of kids that I see these days, they're not getting any, or it's almost like, are they being disciplined? Are they, because even in just them passing by the apartment, I mean, the walls aren't that thick here, so I can hear them. And they're saying a lot of stuff that back when we were growing up, if we were to talk to like that to our parents, I mean, a 5-year-old kid should not be saying the F word to the mother. Come on. But here I am, I heard that. And the mom was like, she just took it in like it was nothing. And I'm like, that's not okay. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Okay, this is it okay to read this? I do have a note here. It seems a little personal. Well, I'll put it aside. Kids feel entitled. Yes, definitely, Barb. So that's actually my hot topic for today is, are teens really, are kids really these days lacking discipline? Because it just seems like there's no respect for anything anymore. And look at these purples, by the way, as I pull them out. Oh, that is cute. With the florals. And we got more. Oh, I just want to pet it. And let's see. Ooh, I see sparkles. That is pretty. Okay, thank you, Kim. So, let's see. Let me read this letter. Hope this reaches you. Okay, if this is the only address I have for you. So, we got it, Kim. Thank you. Out of my huge stock, these are the only 2 yellows I found that weren't covered in other colors to drown the yellow. Really hoping these all work for you. The purples here all have been laundered, but I'm not sure I did the yellows. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your mom. You are blessed and still have her. I miss mine terribly, especially this year. Take care. Take care, sweet friend. Well, thank you. Okay, and I will definitely include this little note in with the scrapbook that I'm making. And I will definitely, well, before the quilt gets packed up, I will be washing it. So even if it's pre-washed or if it wasn't pre-washed, don't worry about that. And we will be, ooh, I love the deep purple there. That's interesting with the crystals, and then there's a dinosaur that's sort of hidden among all of that. Oh, I love this one. Okay. So thank you. The package made it here. And these will definitely get to be put to good use. So, okay. Let's see. This one is from East Palo Alto, California. batik. Let's open this one up. Okay, that's a small. It's a sliver. I will definitely use up this. Let me definitely be using up these batik fabrics. And another. Wow, that looks pretty together. There's a selvage here. Does it have the name? Nope. But I could have sworn I just saw this fabric yesterday at Soya. That's a pretty combination. I like that. Well, thank you. From East Palo Alto, California. And I will save that tissue paper because I can reuse it. Lizzie Allen is saying, there was a family that lived a few houses down from us. The kids would call their parents by their first name. Me and little brother weren't allowed to do that. Ooh. Okay, so this one comes from Grand Junction, Colorado. Oh, we got 4 patches? Yep, we do have 4 patches. Okay. Let's have a look at these. And the sparkly fabric. Oh boy, she's gonna be shiny. And that's the same fabric as the other one. Okay, so we'll add these 4 patches to the board. And let's see the other purple fabric. Oh, there's another one. There's 2 more. Okay. I am covered in purple, which is a good thing. Okay, we got these, which is the same fabrics there. And we got another purple here. Almost looks like a grunge, but it's kind of a wash. Okay. Oh, this is cute. The bee patterns. And we got one more. This is kind of a peach colored one, but very cute still. With stars and little blue dots. Okay. So thank you from Grand Junction, Colorado. And these will be put to good use as well. Oh, got a little post-it, says best regards. Okay. Even the post-it is going into that scrapbook. Okay, so this is from, Oceanside, California. Let's see. There's a card in here, which I did not. Uh-oh. Okay, there's a little bonus thing there. That's a pretty card. Oh, this maybe a sunrise or a sunset. Okay, it doesn't seem like this is too personal, so I am going to read it. Here are some bits from my stash for your mom's comfort quilt. Sending best wishes, love, and prayers for successful treatment and healing. Well, thank you. You bring lots of joy to the quilting community, Eric. You are very much appreciated. Aw, thank you. And, oh, okay, a little bit of an advertisement here. P.S. Keepsake Quilting is having a huge sale on wide backs for $39 for 3 yards. Thank you. So I will add this card to the scrapbook. And I just made a project for myself by doing that. But you know what? I think Mom will appreciate seeing all of those cards and notices. So it's Mom. You go the extra mile. Okay. Okay, we got a very colorful little patch here. Of course, my eye gets attracted to this fabric on the first go. If you're interested, there is the salvage. Treasure Fabrics of Soho LLC. And so there is that one. And let's see, there's this purple. Oh, that is pretty. And purple and gold. That'll be a good mixture. Okay, this is a little bit more of a maroon color, but that's fine. We can mix it in somehow. And when I see prints like this, I think of bandanas. So this is a little bit of a darker purple. Another kind of bandana feeling fabric. And here is the yellow colorway to this purple. Let's see, let's look at it side by side. That actually looks interesting. Oh, Lizzie, you're from the UK. Whoa, welcome to the live. Yeah. This is, oh, Jason Yenter for In the Beginning Fabrics. Very light, very subtle print, kind of very airy. It's a tone on tone. Ooh. And you can kind of see the swirls. I hope it's coming through on the camera. Yeah. Okay, this is a good mix of fabric. Yes, I would agree with that. The variety is amazing. I don't think you've gotten duplicates yet. We might have, because I did see this one. Well, I mean, this is a common fabric anyway, but we may have some duplicates, but you know what? Duplicate or not, fabric is fabric, and in a quilt like this, even if it is duplicated, I think your eye is just going to get lost with all the other prints involved. So okay, so thank you from Ocean, I believe this was Oceanside, California. Yes. Okay, let's do the box. And this one is from Beaufort, South Carolina. Okay. Hi, Suzanne. That's Suzanne Taylor. Okay, so it says, Dear Eric, I hope this fabric can be used for Mom's quilt. If not, I know you can use them for future quilts. Love your channel and look forward to seeing progress on Mom's quilt. Well, thank you. And oh, well, I don't want to, but look at that. There's a little small print of a strawberry shortcake. If the camera will focus, there it is. So cute stationery. One thing, one thing about Japanese that you have to understand is they love stationery, and my mom's no exception to that. If there's a cute notebook, she will buy that cute notebook even though she has no purpose for it. Or if there's like a pen that is really good, I mean, I've seen her spend, what, $50 buying just an everyday pen because it had a fine tip point, and she bought it anyway. I'm like, Mom, what are you going to use it for? You got like 22,000 big pens, but this one has a 0.5 millimeter tip. I'm like, okay, whatever floats your boat. Okay, this one's interesting. It's got this circular pattern to it. Wow, looks really good on camera. And a floral print here. That's pretty. Okay, we got a little bit of yellow here. It'll be interesting to see how we can integrate this one, but we'll take it nonetheless. Thank you, thank you. This could be part of a scrappy binding. I like the pattern though. Let's see, we got purple here with a floral print and a lot of yellows. Any salvage on this one? Nope. Hello, Miss Claudia. Oh, that one is the same as the other print. So these two are the same. Oh. Okay, here's a yellow. Oh, dragonflies. You don't see very many dragonflies on printed fabrics, but when I do see it, I do like it. And a marble colored fabric here. Okay, this will be another interesting print to integrate into the quilt, but I do like it though. Reads a little bit more blue, but hey, Mom does like scrappy. And the other favorite color of hers, interestingly enough, is blue. So blue is on the same color spectrum if you look at a color wheel, or if you know color theory, blue is next to purple, so they kind of work in tangent with each other. Okay, so no, this one was, let's see, where did the envelope go? Okay, I lost the envelope. Oh, no, it was the box. That's right. So, Beaufort, South Carolina. Thank you, thank you. And we will definitely put some of the these fabrics to good use, and then it'll be a challenge to do or to integrate some of these other ones. So, challenge accepted. Thank you, thank you. Okay, next one. St. Clair Shores, Michigan. MI is Michigan, right? I hope so. Okay. There's a little bit of a note here. It says, Eric, it is my pleasure to share some fabric with you. Much happiness on your journey for your mom. You're a great son. Well, thank you. And the stationery is St. Jude's. And they put a little Santa Claus at the bottom. So definitely like that. Thank you so much. Makes me smile when I see that. Let's see. Okay, we definitely have more batik here. Let's, with the leafy print. Love that. And oh, another print with the stars on it. Although this one doesn't have that little blue dot like the other one. But that's okay. It's cute. Okay. So, interesting. These two colors, for me, it works. So we will definitely put these fabrics either on top of each other or next to each other. Thank you so much. That was again from St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Okay, and whoops, this is the last one. Ooh, colorful. And this is from Samson, Alabama. All right. Oh, look at this card. Wow. Okay, so it reads, Hi Eric, I'm excited to contribute to the making of your Dresden project. I just couldn't decide. I have a large stash. Hope you can find something to use. I'm happy to add to your scrap collection too. Best of luck with your project. Sending positive vibes with these bits. Well, thank you. And yeah, Mom will definitely enjoy the card. Being, I mean, of course she is Japanese, so thank you for that. And we got some pinwheels. I see some Tula Pink here. And I believe this might be a Cape facet. Pretty. Very pretty. Hey, Carissa, just in time. We have Tula. Okay, so we'll add this to the collection. Now, let's see what we have here. Are these dragonflies? They look like moths, or kind of a dragonfly and a moth. Interesting. Let's see, there's part of a selvage. I believe the name might be Stephanie Organis for Andover Fabrics, printed in 2023. This almost looks like a Christmas print. No selvage on that, but very pretty. And let's see. Ooh. I hope the camera can pick that up, because look at that. Haha. Like a leopard or cheetah. This will be fun to use. Okay, this is a fun print. It's kind of more geometric with the teals mixed in. And a nice big floral. This kind of reminds me, it's very reminiscent of the 70s Aloha shirts that I grew up with. Beautiful though. A walk down memory lane. Okay, so those are the packages for today. There's more coming in. I've been receiving notifications from the U.S. Postal Service that there are some other packages, more packages coming in. They're just kind of making its way through the whole system there. Let's see, what time is it? It's 9:42. We got 20 minutes before we make a whole hour. So, you know what? Let's sew something. Because I was looking at this, and I think I might match it up with this. Let's sew something together. So, is this a 4.5? Nope, but you know what? It's big enough that I can trim it down to a 4.5. So, let's see. I can maybe use this. Oh, this was the mystery fabric where we couldn't tell what the fruit was. I think I just said it's a pomegranate. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this down and just use it, just use it as the actual size. We'll straighten out the edge here. And for this, let's see, I'm just gonna sew these together as a strip. Better turn on the iron. That would help. We'll make a strip out of these, and turning on the sewing machine would also help. Sorry, I know the camera image is shaking. So off on that. You're gonna have a good time mixing and matching fabrics. Yes, I will. And your wall of purple is growing beautifully. Well, that's because of all of you guys. So, and let's see, how am I gonna do this? So, I'll just cut it as such. You know what? Give me the longer ruler. Did I cut it off? Oh well. It's a little bit off, but you know what? I'll just make this one bigger. Okay, then I can use the rest of this to sew it again. We'll just make a simple 4-patch out of this. And I'm just gonna finger press it toward the more colorful fabric here. Okay, maybe it doesn't want to go that way. It seems to be flipping the other way, so come on. Well, thank you, Claudia. She's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. So I'll just finger press it from the back. How's that? Okay, that's a little better. Still can kind of feel the seam popping out there, but the iron will take care of that. And looks like I'll be able to make one more strip. that through. And we'll finger press this back. And okay, let's iron them open. So here's a question, going back to the story of the grandmother who found out that her grandchild was the neighborhood porch pirate. If that were your grandchild, would you treat him or her? Would you do this? Would you be doing the same thing as what she did? Because basically, she kind of publicly humiliated him in a way in front of the people that he stole from. And these days, you know, that would be borderline, that would kind of be a borderline abuse situation. But I tend to think that she was right in disciplining, or at least getting the message through to her grandchild that, hey, that's not right. But if that were your own grandchild, could you actually do the same thing that she did? And this is not going to match up, but that's okay, because I think it'll be big enough to go through anyway. Okay, we'll work on that one later. You know, when I was growing up and my grandparents wanted to, or if I did something bad, my grandmother would actually make me, she had a treadle, and one of the punishments that she would make me do is if she was sewing something, she would make me sit on the side and she would make me operate the pedal for her, which I absolutely hated because it was not easy to have your legs stretched out like that and try to make the machine go faster. Plus, what they didn't tell me was that my grandfather kind of rigged the machine so that it'll only, even no matter how fast you operated the pedal, it would only go at a certain speed. So I did all that running, and Grandma just kept saying, faster, go faster. I have to make the machine go faster. And let me tell you, after like 2 or 3 minutes of that, you just get exhausted. And that was the cruelest punishment that I could ever have. Which is why even till today, if I see a treadle, that brings back some very horrible memories for me. Kim says, okay, wait, Sinforest says, absolutely, Grandma did the right thing. She forced her grandson into accountability. Yes, yes. That I have no doubt on. I just don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do it. I probably could if I was that mad. I think the grandmother, though, kind of just feels embarrassed that this is her grandchild who did it. And I don't know if, I don't think the father or the mother would have ever done anything, quite honestly. Even if they did find out, they probably would have encouraged the son to keep doing it. And I think, you know, just in talking with the grandmother, she just feels embarrassed more that this is her family. So she's probably going to have a talk with the son. Okay, then I can take these two We're going to just make a crumb block out of these. Is that actually going to be big enough for me? Almost. Okay, then I can sew something to the side there. Kimber says, I would absolutely be doing the same. I already know they'd better behave around me. Okay. I agree she did the right thing. Okay, that's Claudia. Suzanne Taylor says she agrees with Kim. Alicia Pritchard, hello, hello. Didn't hear what she did, but I made a child go into the store where he stole from and apologize and pay for the item. How is that abuse? The child was the abuser. Well, in this case, the grandmother didn't just make the child apologize. She literally did beat the child. So I know in some states you can't get away with that, but I don't know. I'm not one to advocate violence against anybody, but sometimes I feel like it is justified. And let's see, I'll sew it this way. Yeah, and remember that the grandmother did kick him out of her apartment, so he's no longer living here. I thought that would have just been punishment enough because he really doesn't want to live with the dad. And nobody knows where the mom is. Sad to say. But it's sad to say that's the reality of what his situation is. But without any parental figure, and it doesn't seem surprising that he would be doing stuff like that. On one hand, yes, I am grateful that the grandmother is doing her best effort to discipline him, but she's up there in age too. But this whole thing just kind of made me think about, how teenagers act these days. I believe it was Barb who said that a lot of them act like they're entitled to things. And that's a little disturbing, quite honestly. Disturbing and shocking. Well, disturbing and scary. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so got a little crumb block. I kind of made a mistake of leaving the seam allowance, or that's just going to get caught in the seam allowance there, so I might pull that apart. But see, a crumb block will work as well. And with these extra pieces here, probably just sew another crumb block. And even if I don't use the block on the quilt top, I mean, I still have backing that I need to get, or quilt back that I need to do, and got a few other projects related to this that I could use it for, so. Cut that off. We'll sew this one to here. Carissa says they absolutely do. Entitled to other people's things, criminals in the making. Yeah, sad to say. You're probably right there, Carissa. Hi, Sharon Lewis. Good morning, Jackie. Sounds like Dad isn't stepping up, yeah. Let's see, wait. Let's go back to what did Carrie Wood say? After making my grandchild apologize, I would arrange for the grandchild to do chores for each person he or she stole from to pay for the items stolen, even if the items were given back to the owner. Yeah, you don't find parents doing that anymore. It's like, oh, my kid stole. Okay, well, sorry. It's just bothersome that, I don't know. Do kids really know what's right and wrong these days? I know some parents are trying their best to discipline the kids, in which I can certainly respect that. Kids will be kids too. But if they don't learn the consequences of their actions, then, you know, what's going to happen to them when they finally grow up? Yeah, it's like parents don't. When I was growing up, especially if I don't know if they're here, but you know, in Hawaii, still to this day, spanking is kind of like expected. Of course, you know you don't want to physically abuse the child for no apparent reason, but if the child did something wrong, people in Hawaii still to this day, they will have no problem spanking their child, even out in public. And it still is kind of accepted. It's the people who don't grow up in Hawaii or that are kind of more offended when locals do that. In my day, again, if I did something wrong, my parents would let me know about it, and I would get not an abusive kind of smackdown, but yeah, they would have no problem, you know, spanking me for it, which was kind of funny because I was twice the height of my mother. And I was kind of just as tall as my father, but still, you know, I had the good sense of just respecting them because they were my parents, and if I was out of line, yeah, I would expect the beat down. Well, actually, I don't know if YouTube's going to censor that because, yeah, I don't think you're supposed to say beat down, but, you know, if they don't monetize this video, I would not have a problem with that. Oh, speaking of which, okay. I should remind people of this because the video from Wednesday, was it the 19th? Yeah. Anyway, for those of you who were on live, you already know what happened, that I did lose the internet connection and had to restart a video. But for those that were catching the replay, of course, they didn't know what was going on. So it just kind of seemed like the video stopped at 8 minutes. So let me remind people that after the live, I am choosing to make the video not publicly available yet because YouTube is going to do their thing and they're going to insert wherever they feel like it. They're going to insert a bunch of commercials into the replay of the live. And in the past, I've received so many complaints and messages from various people that they had to stop watching the live because there was just too many commercials being inserted by YouTube on the replay of those lives. So in order to combat that, I kind of have to wait for YouTube to do their thing, which can take hours, by the way. And when they're done, then I have the choice of either accepting where they insert the commercials, or I have the choice of placing and deleting some of those time slots. So from last Wednesday, if the video is less than 10 minutes, I believe, YouTube doesn't do any commercials. So I let the first half of the live session just kind of left it alone. That second half, though, it was over an hour long. That portion of the live, I held it as private until YouTube did their thing. And after YouTube inserted all of their commercials, believe it or not, on a 1 hour live, they inserted close to about 25 time slots for them to put a commercial in. Had I not stopped them, or had I made that video publicly available, if you were watching the replay, every 2 minutes, every 2 to 3 minutes, you would have been hit with another commercial. On a 1 hour live, they inserted 25 time slots. And so when I saw that, it was a good thing that I didn't make it go live, or that I held it as private, because I took out all of those time slots, and now at least you get a good solid 20 minutes before you get hit with a commercial. So remember, just kind of keep that in mind, that yes, it might have appeared that I just stopped the video after 8 minutes, but in reality, I got disconnected from the internet. Thank you, Cox. You guys know how I feel about that company. But because the second half of that live was over an hour, I did hold it because I knew YouTube was going to insert a whole ton of commercials on that. So, yeah, that's that. So just as a reminder, again, if you're watching the replays, YouTube is doing that, and I'm trying to stop them from doing that. Kimber says, I almost got in trouble at my local Walmart for scolding and a disrespectful teen till his grandma thanked me. Then management did. Kid was 13 trying to act all gangsta and it didn't work well. Oh, you go, Kim. 50 degrees in Seattle area, rain for 8 of the next 10 days. Well, Barb, we got the same weather down here. It's, I believe today, what does the temperature say? Okay, so it's 60 now. I know yesterday was down to 40. And as I was saying earlier, there was actually snow-capped mountains here, which I was excited about. And it was beautiful. But it was rainy too. So there's been a few tragic car accidents here. So, yeah, we got to be careful out there on the road. 747 Cat says, yeah, same here, Eric. My grandmother used to say, go get me a switch, which meant some spindly branch outside. Oh, I remember those branches. Oh my gosh. That was even worse than the treadle. Yeah, I did get that whiplashing once. Yeah, That was not fun. And this video is going to be in a whole ton of trouble, so I might get I might get a notice from YouTube saying, "Hey, you can't be saying stuff like that." But you know what? I'm probably just not even going to monetize this video. So, Raven Overton, she says, I was spanked with a wooden spoon. I stopped spanking my son around 3, taking things away and staying firm worked well with him. Okay. For some kids though, they don't that doesn't work. If you know what I mean. Like it's a good way to discipline a child, but that's only if the child believes believes the threat. Tiffany says they do that on ours. Scott goes in and changes it to 1 every 10 or 15 minutes, depending on the length of the video. How long does he have to wait though? Because I'm noticing like if I do a Wednesday night live at 7 p.m., even at Thursday 12 noon the next day, it's still not done. And people saying they are familiar with the wooden spoon too. YouTube is getting absolutely ridiculous with all these ads, even pop-ups during a live. You know, I can't really fault them for it because at some point YouTube does have to make money, but it is getting a little bit ridiculous at the the amount of commercials that we're seeing. You don't get paid for those ads. You kind of do, but it's not much, Kat. Every creator has a different rate at which they will get paid for each of those ads, and it's like pennies to the dollar. So on mine, I believe my latest rate is about, for every 1,000 views, I might get $20. But out of that $20, YouTube already takes a percentage out of that too. So for those of you who want to start a YouTube channel and you think you're going to be $1 million rich, well, you're going to get hit with the reality very quickly. Most of the content creators, people like Mr. Beast, who have like millions and millions of subscribers, if you look at their budget and if you look at where their income is really coming from, they use YouTube as a marketing tool, but this is not their primary source of income. They sell other products, but they use their YouTube videos to sell those other products. So, like even Missouri Star, for example, they will use the YouTube platform to showcase the fabrics that they sell, and they give you ideas as what you can do with those fabrics, and so that you go to their shop or go to their website and buy the fabrics, and which is why the patterns are usually free. They give you all the instructions to make the quilt or whatever the project is, and even the son, who's the head or the manager of the entire company, he says that whenever there's a tutorial out there, there's usually a bump in sales about 10 to 20% on that fabric line. So if it's a new fabric, of course they're going to showcase it with a quilting tutorial of some sort. So yeah, little behind the scenes action there. Tiffany says, we wait 30 minutes up to 2 or more hours. Some of the breakfasts at Tiffany's take all day, maybe because it's a day live, but the sew Sundays are usually ready under 1 hour after that. Yeah, I'm noticing that on a Wednesday night live, it takes them at least 12 to 24 hours before it's ready. So I don't know if you just got a good time slot with the Sundays, but yeah, it's just taking them a while to go through it. The only time I skip ads is if it's something obnoxious, especially political. That's Kim Burris. I skip ads because I get a lot of, how do I say this? Female hygiene products. Like hers. I got the Wonder Bra commercials. Yeah, those are products that I don't, well, I understand why they push it out to me, but yeah, I don't really have any personal use for them unless I'm going to do the weird science thing and wear it over my head ceremoniously. I wouldn't put it past me to do that, though. Okay, watching TV is worse. You can't stop the commercials for around 30 seconds. I think the computer is the same. Or no, computer is 5 seconds. Yeah. Okay, guys. So that is the live for today. We got a few more packages in, and we got a few more packages coming through. So hopefully, if you haven't seen your package yet, hopefully it is coming today, because I do know from the U.S. Postal Service that there are 4 more that should be arriving today. So I'll have to check the P.O. box later on today. I will be spending my Saturday making more purple blocks, and so that's how I will be doing it. I will be starting to trim it down and then starting to lay out the Dresdens and seeing how this quilt is going to come together. So hopefully by Wednesday you'll see, you won't see random blocks like this. You'll start to see the quilt top kind of coming together. Okay. Speaking of Wednesday, or actually speaking of next week, because it is Thanksgiving and I am leaving Thursday morning, early Thursday morning, catching the first flight out from Las Vegas. I am heading home just to see Mom, see how she's doing physically, because I haven't seen her in over a year. And according to what my brothers told me, yeah, she's lost a lot of weight. So we'll see Mom. We'll get to spend Thanksgiving with Mom. So I'm not sure. I may be on early Wednesday, or I might just go live on Tuesday, because I know that there's boxes coming in, and I know people would want to make sure that I do get the boxes. So next week, I'm going to try and go on live at my usual Wednesday night, 7 o'clock time slot. But if it ends up being a little earlier, I will definitely post notices across YouTube and the Facebook group to say, hey, we're changing the time a little bit. Or I'm definitely not going to cancel next week. I will say that. But the time I'm a little uncertain of. So just be aware, or make sure that you do have the bell clicked to get, so that you do get notified. And again, I'll try my best to put notices out there to let all of you guys know about when that live will happen. So, okay, prayers for safe travels. So thank you, Kim, both directions. Well, let's just hope that the flight doesn't get canceled, because they've already canceled it twice, but who knows? Could be because your channel is smaller, so less priority and ads being ready. That's true. I wouldn't doubt that, actually, Tiffany. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Since she's here, don't forget Tiffany is on live on Sundays, 5 p.m. Arizona time. So, which is usually an hour well, you guys know, but you'll figure it out. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you for joining me early this morning. And I shall see you next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday sometime. So until then, let's all get out there. Let's all create something. Bye for now.